In today's video, we'll be building two BePuzzled mystery puzzles, starting with the 1000-piece vintage 1995 puzzle to kill a mother-in-law. This puzzle is a real collector's item, a classic from the mid-90s, and it comes with a unique twist. The image on the box is not the puzzle image itself, so we'll be building this puzzle essentially blind without a reference image. The box features a previous slide showing the three main suspects: Tempest Stanford, a former lounge singer married to Benjamin Stanford, the son of the victim Millicent; Dr. Avery Cutter, a talented surgeon married to Blanche, Millicent's older daughter; and Skip Hilton, married to Millicent's favorite daughter Stephanie. Inside the box you'll find the puzzle pieces and a 10-page short story including the solution to the mystery. The instructions recommend reading the story first, then solving the puzzle. Here's a brief summary of the story to set the stage. The story behind this puzzle centers on a wealthy and deeply divided family gathering that ends in tragedy. During a birthday celebration at the Stanford home, a large chandelier suddenly crashes to the floor, killing the family matriarch, Millicent Stanford. At first it appears to be a freak accident, but investigators soon suspect the fixture may have been deliberately tampered with. Detective Colhorn arrives to question the three people who were closest to her that night: her daughter Blanche, her son Benjamin, and their respective spouses. As the interviews unfold, old resentments, professional rivalries, and personal grudges quickly come to the surface. Each suspect had a complicated relationship with Millicent, and each insists they had nothing to do with her death. As timelines are compared and details are examined, small inconsistencies begin to matter. The official explanations don't always seem to line up with the physical scene. The challenge of this puzzle is to study the image closely, spot the contradictions, and decide what really happened. Alright, with that context in mind, let's go right ahead and jump into the puzzle solved time lapse. We'll now start building the puzzle. The image will appear slowly, but no story spoilers yet. The puzzle is complete. From here on we reveal the full story, clues, and solution. Alright, so I just read the story again. If we look at the box, here are our three suspects. We have Tempest Stanford, second we have Dr. Avery Cutter, and lastly we have Skip Hilton. Now Tempest was married to the son of the murdered victim, Millicent. Looking at the puzzle for clues from the story I just reread, this is a picture of Stephanie, Millicent's favorite daughter, and Skip, who she is married to. Someone has torn the picture, clearly not wanting Skip in it. Moving on to the wedding photo, it's a picture of Dr. Avery Cutter and his wife Blanche, who is Millicent's older and least favorite daughter. In the photo you can see Stephanie in a pink dress sitting down and her best friend Sue also sitting in a white dress. The guy with the eye patch is Dr. Avery Cutter's best man, John, who is Skip's brother. The older couple and the kids in the photo are Dr. Avery Cutter's parents. Next, we have a picture taken a week before the murder of Millicent, donating $50,000 to the hospital where Dr. Avery Cutter works. In the story, it's alleged that after the donation, he was overlooked for a promotion to lead the surgical department, despite being the best surgeon for the job and having developed a groundbreaking new surgical technique. Next is a picture of Millicent, the mother-in-law who was murdered, with Benjamin, her son, and Tempest, her daughter-in-law. I honestly don't know what's going on in this photo. Then we have a picture of Dr. Avery and Stephanie, the younger daughter, from when they were still dating. According to the story, Millicent kept that photo all these years out of spite. There's also a clock set to 25 to 4, not sure if that's relevant at all. Some random globe-looking thing. And a flower lying on the table, no longer in its vase. I don't really see anything else of interest, and in the story the detective focused heavily on the pictures when he had his eureka moment, which suggests we should be focusing on these. I spent way too much time pondering this now, so my prediction is that Dr. Avery Cutter is the murderer. The story tries too hard to frame Skip, who also has the weakest alibi, so I'm ruling him out. In the story, the explosive that dropped the chandelier was triggered by remote control with a battery that could only last 12 hours. Dr. Avery was close to the attic within that 12-hour window, and he had dust on his pants. Tempest could be the suspect if she wanted control of the family business, but that doesn't really make sense to me, since Benjamin already had control of it, even though his mother's deeply involved in his affairs. The only thing that gives me pause is that Skip and his brother were experts in explosives, so I'm not completely sure. This is my best guess. I think it's the doctor, but I'm only about 50% confident. Let's reveal the solution and see who it was. Alright, so I was mostly right. Dr. Avery Cutter was behind it, but I missed some key details. Millicent's death wasn't an accident. The chandelier was brought down by an explosive planted earlier that day by John Hilton, a former military explosives expert hired by Avery. The detective realized this by focusing on the photographs. They revealed John's connection to Avery as his former best man and tied him to the explosive expertise needed for the crime. Years of resentment led up to it, especially after Millicent blocked Avery's promotion to chief of surgery. John planted the charge, later handed Avery the detonator, and then left town with the payment. One clever detail is that the official solution is printed in reverse. You're meant to read it using a mirror. So I had the right suspect, but not the full picture. Up next, we're tackling another vintage BePuzzled mystery puzzle, Final Run, a 500-piece puzzle from 1991. You can still find copies online for purchase, but they're not all that common, making this one a fun puzzle to track down and solve. Like all BePuzzled mystery puzzles, the image on the box is not the puzzle itself. We'll be building this one essentially blind. Inside the box you'll find the pieces and a short story which you're supposed to read first to understand the mystery and gather clues. Here's a brief summary of the story to set the stage. A luxury ski vacation in the Bavarian Alps turns deadly when Emma and John Steele discover a man's body hidden beneath fresh snow on a quiet mountain trail. The police dismiss it as a suicide, but Emma notices small details that don't fit. A gunshot wound, blood in the snow. This man did not kill himself. The victim is Hendrik Stuben, a small-time criminal staying at the lodge. As the investigation moves indoors, 5 suspects emerge. John Steele, whose rental ski tag is found near the body. Baron Obermeyer, an aristocrat with motive, opportunity, and a connection to a stolen diamond ring. Erika von Dam, a glamorous woman tied to Stuben. Henrik Stuben himself, who may have staged his own death. And Klaus Glauder, a private guard working for Princess Grimaldi, the true owner of the stolen diamond ring, whose job was to recover it quietly. As Inspector Fruck prepares to close the case as a suicide, Emma points out the final flaw. Stuben could not have killed himself. The suicide was staged, the diamond was stolen from Princess Grimaldi, and the real murderer hid behind confusion, arrogance, and assumptions. With the box open and the pieces ready, let's jump into the time-lapse build. As the puzzle comes together, we'll start uncovering visual clues that will help solve the mystery. We'll now start building the puzzle. The image will appear slowly, but no story spoilers yet. The puzzle is complete. From here on we reveal the full story, clues and solution. I've been looking over this puzzle for a long time now, and to be honest, for this one, I really have no idea. Some of the clues mentioned in the story are here on the puzzle. You can see the ski tag of the victim, and then a second ski tag which doesn't match. That's linked to John Steele. You can also spot the murder weapon and a bullet casing. Then there are a few odds and ends like the balaclava beanie, another identification tag, and the victim's prominent yellow jacket. Honestly, I don't see anything else, and just so you know, I've never seen snow in my life coming from a country where it doesn't snow. Let's take a quick look at the suspects. We have John and Emma Steele. The Baron, he looks pretty sinister, almost criminal from that mugshot. And notice the beanie he's been wearing, it looks very familiar, like the kind of one that's on the crime scene. Coincidence? I don't know, perhaps. Then there's Klaus, and finally, Erica von Dahm. In the story, Erica instantly knew the value of the stolen diamond ring, and the Baron and the victim were fighting over the price. Erica also said the victim wanted to give her the ring to try and date her, but she wasn't interested at all. Klaus, on the other hand, was tasked with quietly retrieving the ring. So yeah, no idea guys. If I had to go just by the mugshots alone, I might choose the Baron, but honestly for this one, I really have no clue. So let's reveal the solution and find out what actually happened. Alright, so according to the solution, the murderer was the Baron. The puzzle clues were really tricky. For example, suicide was impossible because the victim's ski gloves were too big to fit his finger through the trigger. The gun and the suicide note were deliberately left to fool the police. Then there's the plaque on the ground which was linked to John Steele's rental ski. It actually turns out it's slightly different in color, and the number doesn't read 130, but actually BO. A monogram for Baron Obermeyer. Yeah, pretty obscure and difficult to follow. Another sneaky detail is a diamond ring. The solution mentions you can see it in the puzzle. I completely missed it at first. You can actually spot it in the lift ticket that I originally thought was just an identification tag. According to the solution, the victim refused to give the ring to the Baron and hid it in there at the last moment before he was killed. Now that I know to look for it, it's definitely visible. And that wraps up both of today's mystery puzzle builds. Huge thanks to everyone who stuck around and watched the full video. I really appreciate it. These puzzles are such a unique mix of storytelling, detective work, and of course jigsaw fun, and it's been awesome sharing the process with you. If you enjoyed these two vintage BePuzzled puzzles, To Kill a Mother-in-Law and Final Run, make sure to check out my Puzzles Builds playlist. I've got plenty of other puzzle builds there for you to explore. I hope you had fun spotting the clues, trying to solve the mysteries alongside me, and enjoying the time lapses of these intricate builds. Enjoy puzzling, and I'll see you on our next epic adventure.